Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Treble 2187, and welcome to my stream. Today we're going back to doing, um, some traditional art, which I haven't done for a long time, so I'm excited about it. Um, and we're going to be using oils, which I really enjoyed when I was in high school, but haven't used since high school. So it's going to be a bit of an adventure, I think. So this is a canvas that I happen to have that was small enough to fit on my in my camera angle. I had a bigger canvas initially, but it didn't fit within the frame, and I don't really have a setup that allows me to move my camera farther away. I can experiment with that for later pictures, but for now, we'll use this one. Probably good to have a little lacking a large canvas for a medium I haven't used in so long anyways. Yeah, this is an old canvas, I think, so it's a little bit on the messy side, but hopefully this works out. So the first step with an oil painting is gesso. Gesso. I think it's gesso, but I'm not confident in that. So don't quote me on it. Yeah, let's get started with this. I'm a little bit nervous because I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing, but hopefully we'll get this. I need to throw this away. Hold on. I was about to set it on my desk, and I was like, that is probably a bad idea. Okay. Let me give this a little stir because it looks like it needs it. Okay. Just realized, what do people usually use to apply gesso? Not entirely certain. Okay, a brush. That's what I was planning on using, but I just wanted to make sure. Maybe this one? I got my brushes, they're very long. Brushes the long way. Should I do the sides? I think I will do the sides. I'll prime the sides because I'm gonna... It just occurred to me, I don't know how long it takes for this stuff to dry. So, oh well. I'm really not confident in everything I'm doing, but hopefully we do well anyways. The scene I want to paint from Andor is... I don't want to give any spoilers if anyone hasn't seen it yet, but it's something called the Eye. It's basically like a meteor shower on steroids. And it's absolutely gorgeous. And there's a... I mean, this isn't a spoiler because it's Star Wars and this sort of thing happens all the time, but there's a TIE fighter chase during the Eye, and they go through the Eye. So, all these multicolored, gorgeous, looking meteors are just flying all around the ships, and it's so pretty. Done a ton of oil painting, but I do enjoy it. Honestly, something that... My brush is so long I'm running into my camera and everything. Oh golly. Usually the oil brushes are the long brushes, and I'm not sure why. Probably because you really don't want to be putting your hand on it. So that's the brushes I have out right now. My brush is the long. Try to keep the grain as even as possible. Gonna do the sides now. Done this side already. We'll do the rest of them. Also, I haven't been painting for very long, but I already have gesso all over my fingers. This is going to go well. I'm wearing my ugliest paint clothes today because I know myself too well. I know that if there's any chance of me getting paint on myself, I shall. And oil paint is just notoriously messy. So I don't want to risk getting any on my clothes. I'm amazed, honestly, that I made it through a high school painting class without showing up to calculus the next period every day with just paint everywhere. I did sometimes. And every day I had to make sure I cleaned up in time to have about 5 minutes at the sink so that I could clean my arms and my hands off, because I would just always come out of their class with paint on me. In spite of being careful and using a rag and wearing a smock, I would have the smock. I think I've told this story before. I've mentioned this before, but I would be wearing the smock and it would come down to the middle of my forearm. So like a 3/4 length sleeve. And then I would take off the smock and go to wash my hands, and I would have paint all the way up on my bicep. And I was like, how? How have I done this? How have I managed to do this? How do I turn this? Okay. I've put myself in a predicament, whereas 3 of the 4 sides are covered in wet gesso, and I need to flip this canvas around. There we go. I'm a professional artist, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully there's not too much noise outside. I have my window open for ventilation purposes and because I was feeling warm. So hopefully the neighborhood is quiet today and isn't teeming with dogs and children and loud trucks. But we shall see. Oils take a long time to dry, and I'm not sure how that's going to work with streaming, honestly. Hopefully in the time that I'm painting 4, I can get enough done that I can let it dry overnight. Sometimes overnight isn't even enough. So what I might do is for this oil painting, I might start a secondary oil painting. Probably also going to be and/or themed, just to be, I don't know, keep it the same, and also, why not? Because it's a really good show and the visuals are so cool. I could do fan art for so many of the scenes. But I have one in particular, where one of the characters just stands there looking epic, and I want to draw it somehow. Either digitally or with oils, but... In fact, I think that's a good plan, because this already needs to dry, and I have nothing else to do, so... What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my palette knife to get underneath it, carry it over somewhere to dry, and then gesso another smaller canvas. You know, that canvas could actually be my smaller canvas, or my other picture, and then what I can do is I can finagle after this stream to see if there's a way I can raise my camera. Because, oh dear. Hello, camera. Brilliant work. Because you can see this is way too big for my phone. It's huge. But this is about the size that I want. It's about 3 of my hands wide. And like 5 of my hands sideways. 5 of my sideways hands sideways. And I just think that for the piece I want to do, this is the best size. So I will endeavor to find a way to raise my camera. I might have something, I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Anyways, I'm going to bank on my creativity and problem-solving skills. I'm going to gamble on that, and gesso this canvas. I bought these canvases ages ago. I've had these sitting around forever. Same with all my art supplies. So hopefully my oil paint is in decent shape. But yeah, I'm excited to finally be using them again. Okay, how come this one gets an individual wrapping, but the other 2 are just open? Strange. Okay, the other 2 can go over here to be used another day. So this won't be super riveting content at this present moment, because this is just going to be, this piece, you can't see it, and I won't do any sketching or anything on this one today. I'll try to work on the other one. And then I don't know, I'll probably just end up doing something slightly janky, like a stack of books, I'll be honest. And just screw my my phone attachment, my phone stand to that. I'll try as I'm going to just move the canvas so you can see it, but there's only so much space on my desk. It is a big canvas. But this is the size that I want. It's gonna look so cool on this size. Hopefully it'll look cool regardless of the size, but yeah, anyways. Plus, the only other size of canvas that I have is very small. So if I was to do a painting on that one, it couldn't have a lot of detail. Which is fine for some paintings, but not for the painting, not for the scenes that I am imagining. I overloaded my brush just now, dipped it in too far. You don't need to dip your brush in that far. If it touches the metal part, you've dipped it too far. But, oh well. I wash my brushes and I take pretty good care of them, so the occasional mistake shan't be the end of the world. So this is not my normal time for streaming. Generally speaking, I stream in the evenings. Um, and I do still plan on streaming in the evenings. In fact, I plan on streaming tonight. However, um, with my current circumstances, I would like to start streaming. Well, I want to invest more into my art, more into Twitch, more into just the art world in general. Start doing commissions, keep building up for my store, which is not going to be opened as soon as I thought it would, just because of other situations, other circumstances in my life. But and it'll also be nice to just build up more stuff for the store. So um, it'll be a little bit of time before that happens. Right now, my priority is sort of establishing myself in a new pattern of life. I quit my job. I tried going back to my job after having taken time off for mental health, and it was more taxing than I can handle right now. And therefore, I've quit. I'm looking for another job. I've submitted an application already, and I plan on doing a few more today. But until then, I also want to just work on building up my art, commissions, stuff for the shop. I had a point with this, and I forgot where I was going, but oh well, that's what you get for listening to me. So on the days that I don't work, I'm hoping to get a part-time schedule so I can just do a lot with art, if I can manage that financially. But I hope on the days that I don't work to stream twice a day. Even if I can arrange my work schedule so that I work in the afternoons, so I can stream in the mornings and the evenings, that'd be great. So just a lot of trying things out, doing new things, because I'm really enjoying really enjoying the whole streaming thing, the whole art thing, and I really hope I can keep doing it. If I'm not able to get my finances in order this month, I will have to move back to my parents' house, which means I kind of lose my streaming setup. I won't have a quiet space to stream. I won't have a desk to stream. So I might be able to figure something out, but it's likely that I'd have to temporarily stop streaming if I have to move out. So hopefully I'm able to... I'm going to do everything I can to kind of get back on my feet. Get a new job, open commissions, babysit, everything I can do while still trying to take care of my mental health. And learn how to maneuver life with the challenges that I have. So it's a lot. It's quite a bit. But I don't know, I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna try to do the hard things. I have ambitious plans and I'm hoping that I'm not, gonna overload myself, but while streaming can be a little stressful at times and draining, it can also be a really relaxing time for me because of the wonderful community I've built, or that's been built for me, honestly. But the wonderful community I have, I'm painting my camera phone holder. That's awesome. It now has a guess on it. Let's get that off. You guys can't see a thing, can you? You can see something, but not much. Um, Today's stream won't be too terribly long, because I have to go somewhere a little bit later. But this was just honestly to try to get streaming in the mornings part of my to be part of my routine, I guess. Start introducing it into my routine as I'm trying to build a routine. Try to put that in there from the get go because I'm still working on building my routine, honestly. Um, More gesso on my camera stand. This is a very big canvas for the space I have, I must admit. I'm gonna move it over a little bit. There's a lot. Oh, I'm getting gesso everywhere. This is awesome. I mean, it's me, so of course I'm getting it everywhere. But I should have expected this, and I didn't. And that's on me. But at the same time, uh, getting it everywhere. This is why I am wearing paint clothes. From head to toe. Some people are like, just put on a paint shirt, and I'm like, no, I gotta have my paint pants too. It doesn't work if I don't have my paint pants. Because then I get paint on my jeans or my skirt or my legs or whatever. Whatever I happen to be wearing, whether it's shorts or a skirt or what have you. Pants, because it's winter, is generally what I'm wearing right now. Generally what I'm wearing. I need to slow down my words. So yeah, this is the one. This canvas is going to be the one that I do the TIE Fighter chase through the eye on. And I'm really, really excited to paint that. It's going to be so much fun to paint. There's so much opportunity to experiment with lights and colors. I have reference photos and I have a general idea of what I want to do, but I can also sort of do my own thing and I have a plan and I'm just excited about it. I think I just whacked my phone, which is my camera. Whoops. Sorry, phone. Be more careful. Try to get the grain to be nice to me. I'm glad I'm gessoing this one. It's very textured, and so having a little bit less of a heavy indentation will be nice. I might even end up gessoing this one twice, I'm not sure. I don't want so many holes that I'm having to go through with my brush and consistently fill them in. I don't want it to interfere with the texture of the piece, but I also want enough holes, enough texture on the canvas left that the paint, the paint has a place to go. So balancing this out is tricky, but we can do it. The other piece that I want to do, I almost forgot why I brought up that this is going to be the piece through the eye. The other piece I want to do is from episode 10 of Andor, which in my opinion is the best one out of all of them. And I'm not going to say what the scene is, because that would be major spoilers. But for anyone who hasn't seen it yet, however, the image itself will not be a spoiler. It's just one of the characters who you meet pretty soon in. You meet him during the first story arc in the first 3 episodes. I don't want to give anything away, so I'm not going to say which episode, but and he's a pretty he's in the whole show. He's a pretty well-known character, and there's one scene where he's standing on a platform above the streets of Coruscant, and he just looks so cool. He has just this incredible coat on, and his pose and the speech he gives during this scene. Again, no spoilers, but it is phenomenal and makes you want to cry. I think I did cry a little bit, but I'm a sap, so I do cry. Okay. Using the palette knife to get this one up, gonna send it over to dry and check on the other one. Roth, welcome in! It is art time. It is Star Wars art time, which is very exciting. Need to arrange where I'm drawing things, because I'm just doing it on top of poor Max's crate, which does have the risk of hair, but on top doesn't get super hairy. And it's like, it's the safest place, because it's one of the places he can't get. Well, he could get if he wanted to, but he really doesn't want to, generally speaking. Okay. It's still very wet, I can tell just by looking at it. Shoot. The top of Misty's crate is also extra storage. It's the best. It's a flat surface. It's... Oh gosh, the sun's in my eyes. I need to close my blinds. Just a little bit. You can see all the... I don't like blinds, honestly. I much prefer curtains. They're much more reliable. And they don't... You know... They don't break like this. This is just sitting here because it no longer attaches to the top. So it's just sitting on my windowsill, collecting dust. But yeah, they're dirty and they're noisy. I hate them. I sounded a little bit like Anakin there when he's talking about sand. No sun here? Aw, man, we stole it from you. Kind of looks like we've either got clouds outside or smog. Probably smog, knowing Utah and Utah Januaries, but you don't like to see it, so hopefully not. Yeah, so this is still wet, for sure. I guess while these things are drying, I could potentially show you the two pictures I'm planning on drawing and sort of sketch them out, plan them out on printer paper. Let's do that. Gotta do something while it dries. I'm gonna use my palette knife to pick up the canvas again from the bottom. Put it back over where it can dry. Max is passed out on my bed. Never mind, he's awake. He heard me say his name. But he's effectively passed out. Okay. So, for the first painting, which is going to be for the larger painting, my plan is, so the scene is kind of set up like this. You've got your horizon line here, and this bottom half is just filled with clouds. I'm drawing too lightly. That's not something that happens often, but I'm drawing too lightly to be seen. Usually I'm drawing too heavy. So you've got clouds all around here, and just going back further and further and further. And the textures down here look really cool. It's you've got lots of darkness and you can see where the clouds kind of stop. You can see the land beneath a little bit. And then up here, because of perspective, it kind of looks like all the different comets are going towards a single point in the horizon. So you've got these clouds coming down here in a ray-like formation, and it's just sparkles galore. There's so many sparkles, it's so happy. You still can't see it. I'll just try to draw real thick. And then my plan is to have 2 TIE fighters, one about here. You can kind of see its wings like this. This is just a very basic sketch. And then a bigger one closer to the foreground here. Again, I kind of want to make it seem like you're right next to them. And of course, I will look at better references for TIE Fighter because I'm already doing the wrong shape of their wings. Their wings are a bit more like this. But yeah, so that's my general plan for the first one. And then the second one, let's plan out the second one. I had a better plan for this one, and the second one's just a scene that I wanted to do, but I had less planned for this one. Let me get up my reference photo for it. Reference photo. Oh, it's not in my reference photos, because why would it be? I just plopped them all on the desktop. Of course I did. I have a nasty habit of just saving things to my desktop and not bothering to organize them and put them where they're supposed to be. I feel like I'm talking very loudly because I'm trying to talk over my music, which is loud for me, but probably isn't super loud for you. Maybe a little loud. It's a very small reference photo. So this one also has pretty cool looking perspective. Horizon lines, about here. Draw darkly so people can see it. Except then my lines aren't straight. I need to sketch to make straight lines. And then there's like a big pillar here that's blocking out a good portion of the screen in which you can put a bunch of different fun blinky dials and details. This part will be fun to do just because I can design all the buttons and the cords and the coils and the futuristic looking stuff, which will be fun, and the piping and whoopsie daisy. And then about like here is the walkway. I'll probably use, if I have one, I'll use a straight edge for this one because that could be useful. In fact, might be necessary because of this perspective here. Oh dear. Sorry, I forgot to turn off my Alexa, as always. Every time I feel like. And then you have Luthen standing, yeah. Luthen standing here in his amazing coat that I just love. I don't know why it looks so cool to me, but it does. And the way he's standing too, just the coats. The coat's kind of blowing, and it looks really cool. And then his feet. I'm not amazing with drawing feet on the fly, but it's a bad foot. It's okay. I'll try harder when it's not just my outlay sketch. But right now I'm just kind of blocking everything and putting everything where I want it. Can you see this at all? You can see it all well. Oh! Hi, Cheeky! Sorry, I had my chat down for a second while I was looking at my reference photos. Need to remember to make sure I have chat up while I'm doing that. Timed out an Ellie's server. Remembered I was streaming. Oh. I'm sorry you got timed out, but I'm glad you're here, Cheeky. We're sketching right now because my paint isn't dry. I might need to rethink painting with oils on stream. Don't know how it's gonna work out, but it was for disrespecting Cardi B. Oh gosh. Goodness. There, now I have chat up and my reference photos. We're doing well. So yeah, I'll probably definitely use some a straight edge. It'll be worth getting a straight edge, actually. Also, you can't see the horizon line. I don't know why it drew it so dark, because it was really just there for reference for me. But, oh well. This is me. And then, yeah, the hallway just goes down. In shapes like this, continuing to get smaller and smaller. And it just has a really cool effect, honestly. And then, yeah, just... I'm not going to do all the details. I'm not going to be perfectionistic about this sketch, because I'm literally just showing you guys my plan, and then you'll get to see it when it's finished anyways. But, honestly, I just need something to do while my gesso dries. But yeah, it's just a really cool scene. When I saw it for the first time, I just like... It looks so cool. Oh, Cheeky, thank you for the subscription. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I didn't hear the alert. Did the alert work? Because in the past, my alerts have not been making sound. Did it work at all? It did? Nice. Hopefully it made the sound it was supposed to as well, because... Yeah, when I switched to OBS, I broke it. You heard and saw the alert? Awesome. Yay, we We know how to do things. But yeah. Don't know why I'm doing the details. I really don't. I'm just having fun. This kind of shows that how excited I am for these pieces. So I'm gonna stick with it, even if the oil is being rude. Honestly, what I can do while we're waiting for the oil to dry, I could do something interactive like drawing requests or something like that, sketch requests. And actually do quick sketches this time instead of full-blown art pieces like I did. But yeah, really cool scene from a really cool show. And if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend watching it. Yeah, this one's for the small one. Ooh, pardon me. And this one's, excuse you, this one's for the big one. And this one looks like it has fewer details, but with the lighting I get to do, it's super hard to sketch, which is why it's going to be really fun to paint. Because it's like clouds down here, just the sparkly, beautiful up there. It's so pretty. I'm so excited about it. Okay, so yeah, these are our two plans. I'm gonna check on our gesso. It's getting there, but not yet. Oh man. With the limited time I have today, I hope I'm able to actually at least sketch my plan on the picture, but we might not be able to. I'm yawning a lot today, pardon me. Alright. Well, while we wait for our silly paint, I'm gonna do a doodle. What should I doodle today? What should I doodle real fast? And I'll even sorry, I interrupted my train of thought with a different train of thought, and both trains got lost. Hmm. I mean, we could just go classic and draw a dragon. Hate it when your trains leave the station with no passengers. Oh, yeah, the trains of thought. Mine do it all the time. What should I draw, guys? What should I sketch while I'm waiting for paint to dry? Should put the lid on my gesso so I don't knock it over with my elbow. That would be good. All aboard, but nobody gets on. Exactly. The station is so messy right now. What if I drew a train of thought? That could be fun. What does a train of thought rest on? They don't have any designated tracks. And I don't want to just copy from Inside Out, because that wouldn't be any fun. I mean, does it even need? Does it even need a track? I'm indecisive about it. Some people might have fancy streamlined trains of thought, but mine is definitely my train of thought. I feel like is a steam engine. It's not a fancy. I waited on the tracks for a reason, but my train of thought, it never came. It never came. What is that? Did you make that up, or is that from like a song or something? I haven't heard it before, but I love it. Do I know what's on trains? No. Am I making this up as I go? Absolutely. Can you see it? No. It's a lyric. Nice. I should zoom in so that you can actually see what I'm drawing. Whee. There we go. Nice. Now I have giant hand. I didn't even draw the train on the tracks. I'm good at this. Vehicles are some of the hardest things to draw, in my opinion. I'm so bad at them. Y'all have thoughts? Head empty. I don't have logical thoughts, but I do have a vast amount of thoughts, unfortunately. My brain does not turn off. It does not believe in it's time to take a break. It believes in never stop, always going, forever. I feel like this part needs to be longer. Hey Sloth, how you doing? Welcome in. How are you today? Hope you are doing well. We're doing doodles while we wait for the gesso to dry on my canvases, because heaven forbid that I actually be able to make content. I didn't think this through very well, I will admit. I did not think this through. I wanted to draw or paint, but I forget with oops, that's not the one I'm doing. With watercolor, the paint dries really fast. With oils, the paint dries so slow. So even with 2 canvases, I'm doing 2 paintings at once. I'm still gonna have to take doodle breaks, I guess. You're doing well? I'm glad. I'm glad you're doing well. Happy to hear that. You're glad I streamed earlier. You love the streams. Oh, I'm so glad, Cheeky. I'm glad you could come too. It means a lot. Yeah, I'm actually going to try. No promises, because I'm not consistent at all. But I'm going to try to stream twice a day. um, on the days when I don't work. So hopefully, me streaming earlier in the day will become more of a consistent thing. Having a break from school to eat lunch so you get to watch the stream. Oh, I get to be the lunchtime streamer. That means a lot. That's a special thing. I feel like this needs to be a little more whimsical. Because it is a train. But it's not a train of thought. Imagine being at school. You're not actually at school. You homeschooled? Ah. Nice. Let's add to the whimsy a little bit, I think. Train of thought doesn't have to make sense because train of thought is random. And the train of thought. Homeschooled gang. Oh man, I went to a public school actually. You're 7 p.m. so you still don't have school. That makes sense, yeah. Wonder if I can make this track kind of a little whimsical. I'm being very, very light with my pencil sketches. We did preschool and kindergarten at public school, then homeschooled first grade through freshman year. Nice. I don't think my mom would have been able to homeschool me, I'll be honest. Between me and my sister, we were a handful. I don't think she could have done both of us at home at once during school time. Mix of public school and college, sophomore through senior. Dang. Homeschool's better than public school. I enjoyed public school because I got to spend time in orchestra. Orchestra was the highlight of high school for me. It was the best part by far. And I still miss it, even though I don't miss the rest of high school. But after working in a public school for 3 years, I would not send my children there. It's gotten, at least in Salt Lake, it's gotten so much worse. It's so sad about it. It was a difficult environment, to be sure. I wouldn't trust the public school system with my kids ever. Started secondary school for 7 months, lockdown happened, and you've been homeschool or online since. Nice. Oldest sister went to public school, but the rest of your siblings are homeschooled. Both your parents are teachers. That's cool. Yeah, it helps to have a parent who knows what they're doing. My parents are very smart, don't get me wrong, and they have so many good qualities, but they stopped being able to help me with my math homework when I was in the 4th grade. So, it helped to be in public school just because they couldn't help me with my math. Oh shoot, I forgot to fix Nightbot. I was going to do it, but I did not remember traveling between one room to the next. Okay. since we've taken the time to draw this, I have sparkly pens. And I feel like we need to do something with them. So I'm going to color it, since I doubt the gesso is ready. I like this color. Nice train, thank you. This is my train of thought. While my paint is drying, I'm just gonna do doodles per requests. And Roth recommended a train of thought, since that's what we were talking about. So we'll just do some basic doodles while we wait for things to dry. Even though I'm doing two pieces, and I was hoping that while one dried, I could work on the other. I'm still having to do this. Which is fine. I'm having fun, actually. Just pointless doodles. But, yeah. And then sparkly pens, which just bring my soul happiness. You can't see the sparkles super well with this camera because I don't have the best phone camera. But, maybe one day I'll be able to upgrade the phone camera. When I actually upgrade my phone and stop using the phone with the super cracked screen. One of the things your mom taught was math, so you were pretty good on that for a while. But it probably was better to go to public school after that for the rest, because it was getting more difficult for her. Yeah, when you're used to teaching one kind of math, it can be difficult to switch to another kind. So I actually got a, Fanny! Welcome in, Fanny. Thank you for the hydrate. Your mom is a teacher? Or your mom is your teacher? That's cool. Moms make good teachers. They really do. My mom was an awesome teacher. She also works as a teacher. But between her needing to work when I was in middle school and high school, and I mean, by that point, I didn't need a teacher, but my sister would have, because she's 6 years younger than I am, so, yeah, so it's good that she had my mom there, but, so she would have needed my mom there. I'm losing my train of thought, I'm sorry. It's right here, but I keep misplacing it anyways. She just wouldn't have been able to do it. Also, my sister went to, she's at a school now for students with autism, and she went to, a special ed preschool when she was little. So, those would not have been available, and the resources they provide would not have been available if she had gone to a private homeschool, if she'd been homeschooled. When you were homeschooled, you got poked fun by public schoolers for being homeschooled, and the stereotype that homeschoolers are stupid. That that stereotype never worked in Utah because, at least not in my community, um, homeschoolers are some of the smartest kids. Honestly, they're known in my experience for being smart. Um, I had a friend who um, was a freshman when I was a senior, and he was in my BC calculus class, which is um, generally only contains seniors, because it was the everyday class, not the every other day class. So um, yeah, he was in that class, and he made all of us feel stupid. He was so gosh darn smart. He knew all the answers, and we're all just over here like, dude, chill, you're a freshman. Please stop making us feel so bad. So yeah, homeschoolers are were often, in my experience, labeled as more smart um, than public schoolers. Ad time? Oh boy. You went to a public school and got better grades than almost everyone in your grade, so you got called names for getting better grades. See, you couldn't win. That's so rude. You couldn't win. What could you do? Mocked for being smart, mocked for the assumption that you weren't smart. Just let people be, for goodness sakes. This is a very bright color of pink. It's a very, very vibrant bubblegum pink. Still extremely annoyed. You weren't allowed to take calculus because you had to take pre-calc, so you did pre-calc your senior year. Dang. Friend went from homeschool to public school, and all her friends told her not to say she was homeschooled or she would be bullied. Man, that stinks. And I don't understand it. There's no reason to bully people for having a different type of education than you, because everyone has different needs. I'm going a little too all out with this drawing, so I'm going to try to limit myself to how much more I do. Because I think the gesso may be dry or close to it, and I don't want to get caught up in this drawing when we're supposed to be painting. Although I am having fun with these pens. So sad that people will bully you for that. It is. It really is. Because it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. All forms of education are valid because everyone is different. I gotta say, that's one thing that annoys the heck out of me as a teacher. Because as a teacher, they always tell you that everyone has different learning styles, and say, like, you have to make allowances for everyone's different learning styles and needs. However, whenever they do trainings for the teachers, it's always the same. It's always just a lecture or a PowerPoint. There are no other options. And I'm like, what about the ones of us who don't do well with super long lectures like that? Like, I've learned so much better hands-on. And when I'm given just, like, a huge chunk of text to read, like, with a, oh, I don't know, with a, oh, lost my brain. Hold on, let me find it. An article or something like that? Like a big, long article. I struggle so hard. Say that in your wife's case, she was homeschooled. Her parents had zero teaching credentials, so she pretty much taught herself on everything. Going to college now, she has some struggles, not because she's dumb, but because she didn't get the education she probably should have growing up. Yeah, that's understandable. Once you get to the point where you're a little older, you can potentially start teaching yourself, but especially when you're super young, that'd be hard. Like, I can't imagine trying to teach yourself at kindergarten age. That would be very difficult. I don't know. I'm not even shading this or anything. I'm just putting colors. Goodness gracious. Just looking at the colors that are pretty and choosing those. Used to be okay at learning, but there's definitely ways to make that easier. After college, you struggled with getting massive text to read. It's hard to sit down and read anything now. I feel the same. I was a super hard worker um in in high school and college, and now I just am presented with these huge texts and assignments, and I just like shut down. I'm not sure what happened. Okay, one more, and then we'll get back to actually doing what we're supposed to be doing. Guessing the guesser will be driving. Train of thought is much more colorful and sparkling than yours. Yeah, I feel like my train of thought, at least this is one of them. I feel like there's another one that's like if Batman made a train of thought, that's what the colors are. And another one that's like I feel like I have 50 trains of thought, and each one is different. This one is my daydreaming train of thought. Also, glitter pens. But the classic death by PowerPoint, I feel ya. Bye, Cheeky. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you being here. Hope you have a great rest of your evening. Okay. Call this getting distracted, if you will. Oh, I knocked my phone again. Bonk. Okay. Now we can scroll back out. This can just be our, we're waiting for things to dry doodle page. Let me check on these. Dry. It's dry. Excellent. You preferred having pre-recorded lectures because you could do twice the speed and take half as much time to learn. I agree. Watching, especially with some people, while they do their videos, they don't know how to present well. They basically record it almost like a live stream instead of a presentation, where they have pauses and ums and ohs and hms and they just, you're sitting there and you're like, just get to the point already, please, I beg of you. Okay. I'm trying to think what the best straight edge would be for someone who doesn't have a ruler. Oh. I'll use this. So we're going to start drawing our first picture, which is going to be this one with the hallway and our friend here. The cool thing about oils is that you don't need to worry about your sketches showing through as much. You still don't want to do a super heavy sketch, but the little pencil is showing, it's okay. Let's put our horizon line here. Somewhere a little above the horizon line is where the point of reference goes. Maybe even a little further up. I feel like this might get a little bit messy by the time I'm done with it. This isn't the first Star Wars painting I've done in oil, nor will it be the last. Bye, Sloth. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you being here. Have a great rest of your school day. I appreciate you taking the time out of your lunch to come watch. Actually, let's take advantage of the fact that we've got the edges here. I'm gonna check to see if you can actually see. You can't see it. It's the point of having the stream if you can't even see. That didn't help. Oh golly. Taking the top off my pencil. Always a good time. I want you to be able to see it. Can I up the contrast? That doesn't really help. If I turn down the brightness and up the contrast, that doesn't help either. What? I'm just messing with my camera settings. Oh man. Oh well. This stream will get a lot more interesting when you can actually see what's going on. I don't really want to sketch much darker than this, which is the problem. Too wide. Increase the... See, I told you, it's gonna get real messy by the end here. I haven't done much with perspective either for a while. I feel like the horizon line can be closer to here. Just... That's where our point should be. So... I guess we'll just try it this way. I need to keep going the whole way, man. just keeps going up. Honestly, I could probably go in a bit with these ones. The other ones. Maybe this angle. That angle from the other side. I did not mimic the angle. Just slightly up. Slightly. Let's try to erase some of these lines that do not belong. I wish I could play Star Wars music while I'm doing this. Sadly, it is copyrighted. Getting the, pardon the extreme close-up, I'm getting the lines I don't want off the sides. I'm not erasing them perfectly, just so I know those are not the ones I want. Wait, which one is the one? Not this one. It's the one that I started erasing. So, whoops. Alright. We haven't gotten a lot done today, but that is unfortunately it for me. I have to... I need enough time to change into real clothes instead of paint clothes, clean my brush, and make myself a sandwich before having to leave in about 11 minutes. So, kind of close here, actually. Pardon me. Excuse me. Anyways, that is all we have time for today. I really appreciate everyone who stopped by. And everyone who was chatting. Yeah, I appreciate you all. Let's find someone we can raid. Man, yesterday everyone was live, but today there's very few people live. False Symmetry's playing Minecraft. Let's raid her. I don't really have anyone better to raid. So, yeah. I hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful rest of their day. I hope that you have... Wait, I already said that. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much for coming. and I will see you next time. Farewell.